Hi folks, please read the disclaimer. Very important data to share with you from Mr. Api on X, that is the source. Source is actually Bloomberg. Mr. Api says global bond markets are screaming. 30-year yields in US, UK, Germany, France, Italy all ripping higher. Debt piles plus aging population is equal to ticking time. So what he rightly is pointing to is that the West has enjoyed lower yields for almost 40 years, from 1980s till 2020, and now that trend is changing and the yields are going higher. You can see all the yields are up, whether it is US, UK, France, Italy, Germany, Japan, and only Switzerland is sort of near zero. Switzerland, of course, did not choose the euro currency and is independently very, very strong. So that is the aberration there. But all other major economies are seeing yields go up, and this when there is a specter of a rate cut in next few weeks. So the US yields are not dropping despite the fact that there are going to be rate cuts coming soon. So the bond market yields and the intended Fed funds rate are diverging. And when that divergence happens, it means that the Fed or the US government is unable to guide the market down in terms of yields. Market is taking a path of its own. Market is saying that no, this market is riskier and it cannot, and the buyers of the bond need that yield to take on to that risk. So it is a very classic case of where the market refuses the guidance that government wants it to assume, and that is a very, very dangerous sign when markets take on the trend onto themselves. Who knows? I mean, from 4 5% US yields could go to 10%, and that just collapses the system. So this is something that I think even the Fed will be very, very worried about. Some emergency measures will need to be taken to relax this. The only measure I can think of is to bombard and flood the market with so much paper that yields basically, or they basically try to buy back significant amount of paper from the market, or have their allies buy it from the markets. Somehow create a situation where there is a lot of buying for US paper, and that will cause the yields to drop. That is not happening right now because every nation is selling US treasury bonds, not buying. And when you know very well, when there is selling pressure, bond prices will drop and bond yields will go. So this is a runaway train ready for some kind of crash and burn. I hope that there will be some ways to avoid this, but you need to protect yourself. You need to have asset allocation. Indian bond yields are not so much impacted by Western bond yields, but certainly a global event of some kind where something blows up is going to impact us very badly.